welcome back. Tales from the Cassette. We're in season 2 now. This will be our 3rd episode of season 2. I'm Jeff Beach.
I'm Joey Graves.
Yeah, thank you for listening. Tonight, we're going to talk about women in rock. Influential women, our favorite bands led by women, and we're going to cross all spectrums, but I'm guessing we may not leave too far from the 70s and 80s, but I could be wrong.
You are correct.
As I was telling my wife and one of my daughters that we were talking about tonight, they asked me if any of the current female artists are on the list, and I had to say no, they are not. There's no Taylor Swift, at least on my list. Sorry.
No.
Sorry, ladies. No Taylor Swift, no Olivia Rodrigo, no, who am I missing? You got to know all the latest singers.
I would say one that, it probably should be on the list just because of her talent is Adele.
Yeah, she doesn't sing much anymore, though.
Yeah, but I don't rush out and buy her albums, and she has a couple songs on my playlist, and that's about it. But
yeah, I was thinking Sabrina Carpenter.
I don't even know who these people are.
You need to get out. You need to get out.
This Rodriguez or whatever you said, you could have them in a lineup, and I would not be able to pick them out. So,
well, if you were in your hometowns or in your town's latest dance club, you would hear this music.
Okay.
You would hear this. I bet your wife knows some of these artists. So
I bet not.
You don't bet? Okay, maybe not. Maybe not. What you're missing in your house are daughters who would be pointing the way. Yeah.
True.
Yeah, that's what you're missing there. So that's okay. Well, based on what we're seeing with the stats of our previous episodes, I'm guessing we should have done an episode of female artists that we don't like, because that seems to be the big hit, and what gets comments is when we post things that we don't like.
That are negative?
Negative. That is the one people like to comment, which I was, I know you had responded to some people that commented on some of our previous episodes, and I went back and was reading some of the comments, and I just thought, it's perfect for what social media is today, because that's what people like to do. So, which is fine. Hey, comment. I was unsure when I think the comment was along the lines of, "This is the worst thing I've ever watched." Didn't give me a lot of feedback to make improvements.
Hey, I thank the guy for listening or watching or whatever.
Yeah, that's fine. Whatever. But hey, if you're watching this now and you're thinking this is the worst drivel I've ever seen, give us some feedback that could be constructive. So that way, when I'm doing the 100th episode with you, we're not doing the same thing and they go, this is the best you can do. We got to make improvements. We're not going away.
I've always said from the beginning is that we're just two guys talking about music and talking about things that we would talk about in person anyway.
That's right. It can get worse. It can get, we may bring an instrument out that we don't know how to play and start playing that. There can be a lot of stuff going on here. So be thankful we're just talking about it and not doing it. Right now, at least. Right now. Okay. Well, today we're going to talk about women in rock, and I guess women in, music, and influential women in music, and, especially around the time that we were growing up. And it was an interesting time. We have talked about, probably we have to do an episode on MTV one of these days, because it gets mentioned every episode, every time we do one of these. But, especially for music videos around the time and the influence of women in that. But I think you had put together a list of 3 to 5 influential women, and I put together sort of my favorite women in rock musicians. And so I figure we can go back and forth and talk. There'll probably be some crossover, I'm sure. And
I
I
predict
didn't
two.
two. Okay.
I predict two that will be on both of our lists.
Okay. And we'll get started. Let's go. How about we'll start with yours, and you'll hear one of your influential women, and let's talk about her.
Um. Wow.
And I'm ready because I know I've got it on my screen here. I'm just ready to figure out which one I'm pulling up.
All right. So I will go with. I'll just get one out of the way that I know is going to be on both of us.
Okay, let's do it.
Ann Wilson.
Nice. Well, you're incorrect in that I
Wow.
don't have her. Well, the reason I don't is because I just have heart.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I cheated.
Well,
Yeah.
and it's from a vocal standpoint, she
Hmm.
is, well, was, I guess, absolutely fantastic in the 70s and 80s.
Oh yeah,
She was
her voice.
unbelievable for looks wise. The 70s, Ann Wilson was just, I mean, she was
Yeah.
beautiful. And then in 80, I guess 84, when Hart kind of came back,
Yep.
uh,
84,
Nancy
85.
was Nancy Wilson, the blonde haired sister,
Yeah.
was probably more attractive. But Ann Wilson is, I mean, she writes, she
Yep.
sings unbelievable, or she used to anyway.
Yep.
And she's just an overall talented person. And, I had to put her on my list.
Yep. I would agree. They're still touring today. They are out on the road with Cheap Trick. I saw that announcement earlier this week, and they
Yep.
sound good. I saw them a few years ago. I saw them twice in back-to-back years. The first year they were awesome, and it made me go back the second year, and it was like 100 degrees the night I saw them the second time, and you could tell they weren't having fun. And when the band's not having fun, you can kind of feel it. And
Yeah.
it wasn't the best show ever. But I've seen them, and they both still sound really great. Yeah, I actually heard a Heart song today on the radio when I was in the car. I was listening to the 1985 top 40 from July 1985, and Heart's "What About Love" came on, and so I was knowing we were going to do this. I was listening to it and listening to her voice, and her voice is just outstanding.
Yeah.
And
Absolutely.
yeah,
She's
just
got to be in the top 10 best vocalists of all time. So,
yeah, the voice is great, and I'm not a huge fan of their '80s music as much. In that, if you listen to some of the um, '70s music and you listen to like "Crazy on You" and "Barracuda" and the
Magic
voice
Man, Barracuda.
"Magic
Yes.
Man," oh my gosh, it's so good. Um, but I will say one of my favorite songs of theirs, and it's the reason I put Heart and not just Anne, is "These Dreams," who is sung by
Nancy.
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 That's probably my favorite '80s song of Heart
Mhm.
is "These Dreams," and so and it was on the same thing. I don't know where I didn't hear it on the countdown, but it's probably somewhere in that year 1985 was on the charts.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah. So, but yeah, their '70s music is so good and so hard rock, that it's impressive.
They were, at the time, you think back, you had like what Cher, and you had Olivia Newton-John.
Yeah.
You had, who else in the 70s? I don't know. Women in the 70s were big. I don't know. Crystal Gale,
Linda Ronstadt.
Linda Ronstadt, but they weren't hard rock.
Yeah.
They were, contemporary
Right.
pop-ish. But, Anne and Nancy came out and just kicked butt.
Yeah.
And they were instrumental in writing and performing on all that. So kudos to them. And so
I wanted to put Linda Ronstadt on my list today, but I figured we could do like a 7 degrees of Kevin Bacon type of thing with her someday, and all the artists that she was performing with, in the 70s at some point with between the Eagles and everybody else that was they were all basically living in the same building. Cool stories there, but um yeah, so favorite Ann Wilson or Hart song of yours?
Barracuda.
Barracuda, okay. I like Barracuda. I like all their old stuff. I can listen to any of it. My favorite one from that era is Straight On.
Yep. Good song too. Yeah, they have several great songs. So
Straight On. But anything that comes on the radio of theirs from that era, I listen to. There's some of their stuff comes on from the 80s, you know, unless it's These Dreams, then I'll turn it off. Okay. Well, let me give you one, and this is probably on the list as well. We're just going to go dive into some of the big ones right out of the gate, and let's talk about Stevie Nicks.
She was one of the ones I thought would be on both lists.
Let's do Stevie Nicks.
She is on my list. Yes.
Okay. Stevie Nicks. You know, it was a combination, but a combination of her and Lindsey Buckingham, who saved and rebuilt Fleetwood Mac from what they were, you know, as they were dying out in the early 70s. What she did in Fleetwood Mac, her voice in that, and listening to those songs are just great songs. Another artist that is out on the road today as well, still doing concerts.
Yeah, I mean, she is 77 years old. Can you believe that? Ann Wilson's 75.
Yeah, that is amazing. That at that age they are still going out and performing like that, and you know, she's doing stadium tours with Billy Joel, and I think she was out with Rod Stewart recently. You know, she, of course, you know, she really has two careers. You know, first one's the Fleetwood Mac career in the mid to late 70s, and everybody discovered what a talent she was, and the songs that she put out as Fleetwood Mac are, you know, the classics. And then when she went solo, I think her first solo album was in 1981, and you know, she'll tell you in her interviews, you know, that she came out strong, and then, you know, I think the coke got in the way, and you know, and then she settled back down. Well, Fleetwood Mac got back together, and then but yeah, the some of the stuff that she was singing in Fleetwood Mac early on was just outstanding. It's funny because, you know, social media brings things back around, but the things that have become popular with kids nowadays, we just talked about These Dreams, but Dreams from Fleetwood Mac is the most popular streaming song of Fleetwood Mac. And if you play that song with teenagers today, they love it. They know it because it's all over social media, thanks to some kid on a skateboard a few years ago.
Well, you know, when I was making this list, there are a lot of artists, especially in country music, who the songs are actually written by somebody else.
Yes.
And they buy them or whatever, and then they sing them, and they get huge or whatever. You know, the ones that are on my list, they write and perform, and that's why I think Stevie Nicks deserved a spot on my list, because she's written some huge hits. So she had to be on my list.
Yeah, I mean, the chemistry between her and Lindsey Buckingham was amazing. And I think, you know, I like her stuff with Fleetwood Mac more than I do her solo material. And I think it's probably part of that combination of them. When they sing together, there's some magic there. And it's too bad they're not together anymore. But, you know, even off the Rumors album, you had Dreams, you had Gold Dust Woman, on those two. You had where am I? Where's my other song here? You had Rhiannon.
Rhiannon, yeah.
Those are those great songs. And then what was the one? What's the one song? Oh, Landslide. That always kind of got shuffled off to the side and then became a huge hit. And then she had she had she started her solo career. She had hits with Tom Petty. She had hits with Don Henley.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So and it got mentioned during that episode of Top 40 I was listening to today that they used to date. Don Henley's song "Ain't Enough Love in the World" was probably about her. So yeah, immense talent. It's funny. I'm not as huge a fan of hers today when her music comes on, non Fleetwood Mac, because I also blame her for the breakup of Fleetwood Mac. So I'm holding it against her.
Well, and there was something her whole mystique, dressing like a gypsy or whatever,
whatever.
A witch, whatever you want. I don't know what it was, but it looked good. She looked good in it. She was more than just an artist or a pretty face. She had this whole mystique around her. I believe, anyway.
Yeah. Well, she had a song named Gypsy too, so that was it fit well. Fit well. Yeah, she was kind of missing when they put together Tango and the Night album, because there's some great songs on there. She's got a couple things on there. She sang Seven Wonders, but she was really missing in that. And then what I mentioned before about the drug issue, I think that was going strong around that time. But so favorite Stevie Nicks song, and this one can be either sung while she was with Fleetwood Mac, or she sung as a solo artist.
Wow. I really like the song with Tom Petty.
Stop Dragging My Heart Around.
Stop Dragging My Heart Around. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And actually, one of if we ever do top 10 songs of our favorite top 10 songs, I'm going to go ahead and share something. But I literally just found out that she sang vocals on one of my all-time favorite songs.
What's that?
Background vocals.
Oh, which one?
Magnet and Steel.
Oh, yes.
I did not know that until just now.
I'm not going to be able to think about the name tonight, but I will. There's another song around that same time she sang background on, and I will. I'll send it to you. I'll have to look it up.
Whenever I call you friend by Kenny Loggins.
Nope. No, this one was. I think it was like the name of the song was Gold.
Gold with Jon Stewart.
Yeah, I think she sang back up on that.
Yep, she did. Yep.
All right. Well, my favorite Stevie Nicks song comes from the Fleetwood Mac era, based from the discussion we just had. Dreams has really grown on me more than it used to. As that's probably my favorite one of hers. But I like Rhiannon a lot as well. I think the haunting thing you talked about, the gypsy thing, that song fits so perfectly with her.
Yeah.
I think I like Dreams more just because of the way the musicianship that goes on in that song from the band. So, okay, there's two of them. All right, who you got next?
All right. I'm going to say my favorite to the last.
Okay. All right.
I'm going to say this is maybe going to be surprising.
Mm-hmm.
Susanna Hoffs.
Oh, I have her on my list. Yeah, but I have the Bangles. But yeah, she is. Okay. She is there. Yeah.
And I'm telling you that, again, she writes. She writes and performs, lead singer, and a lot of her songs were, I mean, she has co-writes, but it was,
Mm-hmm.
Eternal Flame, In Your Room, Walking
Yep.
Down Your Street. They were all co-written
Oh,
by Susanna Hoffs.
mm-hmm.
And in my opinion, there was no other female artist in the 80s that looked as good as Susanna Hoffs. She is
Yeah.
absolutely beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
And hell, she's 66 today. And I don't know if you've seen pictures of her lately. She still looks
Still,
good.
still. Yes. She, extremely talented musician with band as well. Yeah, their songs, um, her songs are just a great band. That's why I had them as one of the key bands from that era. Obviously, there were the huge hits. You had "Walk Like an Egyptian." Really,
Which
that's probably their biggest one,
that was
right?
her biggest hit, but it was I couldn't stand it.
Actually, maybe "Manic Monday" is their biggest hit, and that's a better song.
But it was written by Prince.
It was written by Brandi, yes, but it's still a good song.
Yeah,
Um,
it's a good song. Yeah,
yeah, it was a good song. There was a song from 1985. Oh, If She Knew What She Wants. That's the song I heard on the radio today.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So that one was there. In Your Room is a great song.
Yep.
And yeah, they, again, another band artist who still performs, who puts out new music. So if you want to listen to a good new album from somebody back today, go get Susanna Hoffs' last album. She's got a great, we talk about she writes her own music. She's got a great cover on the new album from the Rolling Stones, one of your favorite bands, of
Yeah.
of Under Your Thumb, Under My Thumb. Yeah. It's the album is called The Deep End. It came out in 2023, and she did a cover of Under My Thumb. Very good. It's on my playlist that I play when I'm like sitting around the fire and just hanging out and drinking a beer or a bourbon. It's on that playlist.
So, do you remember Matthew Sweet?
Mm-hmm.
So she did 3 albums with Matthew Sweet. They were all cover albums.
Okay.
It's called Under the Covers, Volume 1, Under the Covers, Volume 2, Volume 3.
Oh.
And the Volume 1 is covers of songs from the 60s. And
All
then
right.
covers 2 are songs from the 70s, which includes Fleetwood Mac and Carly Simon. But the Volume 1 from the 60s, I mean, you need to listen to it.
Okay.
They do Cinnamon Girl from Neil Young.
Yep.
Great.
I'm putting these on my to-do list.
Yes.
I did not know that. I see those out there now. I did not know that. Yeah, I will put those on my list.
Yes. Good stuff. Good stuff.
Favorite Bangles Susanna Hoffs song?
In Your Room.
That's mine too.
No doubt.
That's mine as well.
I would love to be in her room, I'm telling you.
Well, maybe one day.
I'm sure, yeah.
One day when it's a museum, you get to go. All right. Well, I'm going to move on from that.
Okay. It was on your list too, right?
Yes. Yeah. And I kind of had 5 there. So my next one is Pat Benatar.
Yeah, Pat Benatar. Yes, absolutely.
Yep. Pat Benatar, a great rock singer. Lots of variety. She's in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. She's on tour as well. It's funny, all these ladies are still doing the tours. She's still rolling. She late 70s launch. It's her, well, I don't know anything when they started, but her husband's the lead guitarist on almost all her songs. Huge entertainer during the MTV years with her music videos, and Hit Me With Your Best Shot, Love Is a Battlefield. You got the shoulder shake from Love Is a Battlefield. No? Okay.
Oh,
Yeah. But yeah, so her greatest hits is a great sample. Probably her most famous song, We Belong. I can't stand that song, but beyond that, the entire catalog I love.
well, I think she went from like a bit harder edged to
Mm-hmm.
more poppy music
Yep.
as she got older.
Yeah. Which a lot of
Which
them do. It's
yeah,
yeah, a lot of them
but,
do.
I prefer the harder edged stuff of the '70s, late '70s, early '80s.
I mean, if you listen to Heartbreaker, I mean, that's a rock song. Great rock song. Hit Me With Your Best Shot. I mean, it's kind of a poppy. I never really understood what Hell Is for Children was about, and so it's a little disturbing.
Right.
But yeah, and then she was really in her element as she did Promises in the Dark. I think I heard she won a Grammy for Shadows in the Night. Yeah, she was mentioned on the show that I listened to today. So yeah, I love her music. Still touring. I think I've not seen her live. I think it would be a pretty entertaining show.
Yeah, I would. They were actually scheduled to be in Troy, Ohio, back in 2020.
Don't tell everybody where you live. The
Yeah,
fans are going to come.
yeah. People be knocking down my door. Yep. But of course, they canceled. But
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Favorite Pat Benatar song?
Treat Me Right.
Okay. Mine is Invincible.
But that's a great one too. That's probably
That one. 1984.
two. Yeah,
From
second.
the movie The Legend of Billie Jean.
Yeah.
Great song, rock song, big drum in that song, good guitar in that song. I like that song a lot.
Not written by her.
Not written by her, but it's a great song.
Diane
She does
Moore.
write. Yeah, she writes a lot of her own stuff. All right, your turn. Now you're gonna give me your favorite.
My favorite.
Wait, before you give me a favorite, I did have a couple honorable mentions that I'll just mention.
Go for it.
All right, so I thought I had a hard time doing this whole thing. I'm not a huge fan, but you got to really mention at least, I think, Madonna if you're doing a show like this, right?
This is all about your own opinions and your preferences.
Yeah, her talent from when she launched until late in the 80s, in the early 90s was unmatched.
Yeah.
She, after that, I think she lost her head. But during that time frame, oh my gosh! And some of her early songs, I think you mentioned it. I mean, well, there was Holiday got her on the charts, and Borderline, and then I think you've mentioned it before. Her song Material Girl might be the best song that she's got.
I mean, she has some good songs.
Yeah.
Video wise, she looked best in the Material Girl, in my opinion. But
yes, yeah.
All
right, so I just had to mention that one, and then one other one that did not make my list: Olivia Newton-John. Her stuff, country artist for the longest time ever, and then went into more of the pop world, and just her stretch from the late 70s into the early 80s was crazy. How big she was, and up through Physical. And it's funny, like after that, how fast she fell off the charts.
Yeah.
She's gone. but when Physical was a huge song, or you think back in like 1982 and how big that was, oh my gosh, that thing was played
was everywhere. That was
everywhere. Yeah, all the time. All right, so there was two that I had on my list as just I thought about, but I didn't put them in my top. I have one more that sort of one of my favorites, but I'll go to yours first.
Honorable mention, or do you want my number one?
Yeah, go ahead and give me your honorable mention first.
This is somewhat modern.
Yeah.
Lady Gaga.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one. Yeah.
I mean, she is.
I like her.
Very talented. She's a bit weird, in my opinion, sometimes. Wearing a dress made of meat and stuff like that. But that's a little bit over the top.
Not everybody does that.
But but the woman is she's talented. I mean, so I gotta I have to at least give her an honorable mention.
Yeah, she I do like her dance songs. I have some of those on my running playlist.
I do too.
Yeah. And then but I like as well. I mean, if you watch the movie Star is Born, the remake that she's in, and some of her songs from there are just really, really good songs. She's got a great duet with Mick Jagger, of all people, on the latest Rolling Stones album. So, yeah, highly talented. She wrote the new theme for the last Top Gun as well. So she's got the talent to sing really any type of song that she wants.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Who's your favorite?
I would say, bar none, my favorite is, and has been since the early 80s, Terry Nunn from Berlin.
I am disappointed in myself because I didn't put her on here.
And I don't hate it, but Take My Breath Away, don't care for it. Overplayed.
Yeah. Did they write that song, or is that somebody?
No, that was somebody else. I think it was David Foster. I think wrote that song.
But, yeah, he wrote every song in the 80s.
Yeah, but Terry Nunn, Berlin had some great music, great albums. Love Life is perfect from beginning to end. The album Love Life, and she writes her stuff with some of her stuff. She's a great performer. I had a huge crush on her as a teenager. She's 64 years old, and she still looks good too. But I don't know if you knew this, but you know that she read for Princess Leia, Star Wars.
Oh, she did.
She actually had a reading with Harrison Ford. She was in the top, one of the top choices for Princess Leia.
I did not know that.
Yep.
Yeah, Berlin's
you can actually go on YouTube and watch it.
And watch it. Yeah, she's interesting in terms of Berlin's probably not as big as some of the other bands that we have because they've got, what's the way to describe their albums, more eclectic type of music throughout. And then they had some, and then Take My Breath Away was just a monster hit. Probably one of the biggest hits of the 80s.
But I don't know if you know this, but Berlin, much like Lindsey Buckingham and Stevie Nicks, Terry Nunn also was dating one of her band members, John Crawford, and they had this kind of synergy, I guess, for songwriting and this chemistry that was unmatched.
Yeah.
So I think that has a lot to do with Berlin and their music, and so much like Fleetwood Mac.
Favorite Berlin song, and we probably have the same one here.
Dancing in Berlin.
Oh, we don't have the same one. Mine is No More Words.
No More Words is great.
Love that song.
I love the video too. The video is great.
Is this one easily my favorite song of theirs?
And I really think that they really didn't get the notoriety they deserved back in the 80s.
No.
That's stupid. Take My Breath Away, but
yeah,
kind of like Take My Breath Away kind of destroyed Berlin, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
And then like the Rembrandts, when they did the theme song to Friends, it ruined them. It killed them.
Yeah, they were so much better before that.
Yes, and so it was. I guess that happens sometimes, but it's kind of odd how that works out because you have a huge hit and and then you're kind of done.
Yeah, yeah, they did not have anywhere near the notoriety or I guess the presence in music that some of the other bands and females did during that era.
Well, I mean, it's new wave, modern type
Yep.
of music. So,
Yep.
But yeah, I was listening to Kiss and Rat and Motley
Right.
Crue, but I love Berlin. I really enjoyed their songwriting. So,
all right, I got to put Berlin on my to-do list as well.
Love Life.
Love Life. That's the one. Okay.
Yep.
Love Life. It is.
The album. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. 1984. All right. My last one. This is not my favorite, but of my favorite probably on here would have been Hart or Stevie Nicks, but this one I thought had to be on here as well as the Go-Go's.
Go-Go's.
Go-Go.
I actually considered talking about Jane Wiedlin. She's the short brunette. Yeah. Yes. Yep. I had a huge crush on her as well.
Yeah, another band in the
but
Hall of Fame.
She wrote. Let's see. I had it on here.
Well, she had a solo album.
Yeah, I didn't really care for the solo album. I mean, Jane wrote several of their larger
their hits.
Or I had at least had co-write. She co-wrote "Our Lips Are Sealed," "Vacation," "Turn to You." So some great hits by Go-Go's was because of Jane Wiedlin. So
yeah, it's funny. I think almost every band except for maybe Berlin, but I could be wrong, are touring this summer.
Berlin are still touring.
Okay, there you go. So they all are still touring. It's pretty funny. But yeah, Go-Go's are still performing as well together. And then Brandi Carlisle just did a brand new album with Elton John. So they're both on that album. But yeah, Go-Go's. I think you covered their songs. I mean, we got The Beat, Our Lips Are Sealed, Vacation, Head Over Heels. Those were the big ones.
Now you're getting things confused.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Not Belinda.
Belinda. I said Brandi. Oh yeah. Sorry.
Yeah,
sorry.
And Brandi Carlisle did do an album with Elton. Belinda Carlisle. Totally different.
Oh yeah. See, I'm way off there. And see now that makes more sense because I saw that and it clicked and I said, well, that's interesting that he would do an album with the leader of the Go-Go's, and now it makes sense. No, it's Brandi Carlisle.
Brandi Carlisle is, I don't know if I know of any of her songs, but yes.
Okay. I think I even told my wife that he did an album with Belinda, and now I'm, for those of you watching, I do know about music a little bit. So.
It is confusing. It's very close.
That's it. All right. Well, then just scratch that. I might have to delete that section. But we'll go back to the Go-Go's. So you had those four, lots of fun. Their albums were good. Their videos were fun. And then they just crashed and burned. Luckily, they all made up and now they perform together.
I would say Ego and Drugs.
Ego and Drugs.
And of course, Belinda wanted to do her own solo thing too. So
yes. Well, and then I think that Ego and Drugs, we could apply that to many of our many of our things. Okay, favorite Go-Go song.
Vacation or Turn to You. I would say Vacation.
Yeah, mine is their biggest one. We Got the Beat. That's good. It's just a good song.
Turn to You is awful good though. That's a good song.
Yeah. So I like them. All right. I did not have any more on my list.
No, I'm good. Yep. Covered everything I had.
Okay. All right. Well, that's a good show. Women in Rock.
And if you don't know, if you haven't if you haven't experienced the Go-Go's or Berlin or whoever, go get on
Mhm.
Spotify, YouTube, and discover this music.
Yeah.
It's really good stuff.
Yep. Yep. Just deep catalogs from back in the day. Lots of good music. All right. Well, that is our show for today. I liked your idea that is it almost time to do a favorite song show?
Sure, I could do 10 songs.
I thought
Easy.
about it the other day, but I thought I really need to be able to think about it for a minute, and I wasn't quite ready. This one's easier because you can, these are top of mind and know the artist, even though Brandi and Belinda are not related. Um, the song one I'm gonna have to do a little bit deeper dive on because I hear the songs and I always think about this has got to go on my list, so I just got to make sure I have them all.
Well, it like everything, it comes and goes.
Mhm.
It can get in the top 10, it can fall out of the top 10.
Yeah,
It
yeah,
happens.
yeah. I can remember a friend of mine asked me that. It probably was 10, 15 years ago, and my favorite song at the time was Under Pressure by Queen. It's a different song now, so and I'll save that for when we do the show. Yeah.
I already know my number one.
You can't use rock and roll all night.
No. I hate that song too.
Oh, speaking of, and since we talk about Kiss all the time, are you going to go to the Kiss Cruise on Land in Vegas?
Well, they announced it
Mm-hmm.
months ago,
Right.
and I think they were having trouble selling tickets. And
Maybe.
so Paul and Gene kind of got together and said, "Well, we need to get involved and amp it up a bit." And
Right.
so was announced like what, last week or a couple
Mm-hmm.
weeks ago?
Yeah,
This
not
week
long ago.
maybe, I don't
I think it came
know.
out this week.
If they had done, if they had announced what they announced this week months ago, I would have considered it.
Yep.
But
I
it's too
listened.
late now.
I,
I mean,
I listened to another podcast who, there's some insiders out there on some of these other podcasts, and they were talking about that, there probably is a little bit of questionable on how much effort or maybe how much they're doing right, how much Pop House is doing right. I guess Pop House was the company that bought the rights to everything. Yeah. And so the story coming out of that episode, I can't remember the podcast or I would quote it here, but that was that Paul and Gene are not happy with the way that things have been going and the way they're handling everything. And of course, they're involved in the, 3D stuff as well. And so, how well is that really going? But Paul and Gene decided if it's going to be a Kiss show, it's going to be done right. And we're not going to have some shitty conference in Vegas.
right.
And so they came back in and basically took control, which is a little concerning if you're thinking, how does this play out over the long term? They're going to have to come up with some better solution.
Yeah, I think they just if it has their name on it, I think it reflects upon them, and
Yeah.
they decided that hey, we have to do something about it, and I think they made the right move, and I think they will sell out now. But
Yeah,
like I
it should
said,
be a pretty entertaining show. I mean, I would imagine they'll do some stuff with Bruce Kulick. Anytime they're advertising it, it's Asylum music that you're hearing.
Yeah.
In the average, they're going to be doing some celebration of Asylum while they're there, and yeah, so it should be pretty fun. I did find it interesting. There's no mention anywhere in there of Eric Singer.
No, I saw that, noticed that as well. And Eric Singer lives in Las Vegas.
Yeah. I
So
was
does
trying to figure out,
Bruce.
what's the word? There's no official word anywhere. He basically, when it was over, he's like, okay, I'm done with Kiss, and he's doing other things. So maybe that was it, and he decided, hey, I'm not going to come back. And
Well, He plays in Paul Stanley's Soul Station band.
Yeah. So
So
they're still getting along. So maybe he's just. It could be that he was tied up at that time too. Who knows?
yeah, I mean, he could have family obligations that we have know nothing about. So who knows?
Yeah. So they are going to do an acoustic show.
Well, we can sit here and speculate all day long, but we don't know the facts.
Yeah. Somebody needs, and one of our producers needs to go research.
Or contact Eric Singer and ask him to come on the show.
Oh, there we go. We'll talk about it. All right. Well, that is our show this evening. We will decide what we're going to do next before the, and we'll be back soon. So, but before then, comment. If you don't like our shows, let us know why. We're on YouTube.
If you do like our shows, tell us why.
Yeah, share it. Share it with your friends and your family and somebody famous that can mention it. And so we're on Spotify and Twitter and all the other fun social media places.
And then we're still looking for 100 subscribers so we can donate $100.
Yes, we're getting
each
there.
of us to a nonprofit.
I have not yet promoted it because I don't know yet how, but I will figure it out.
Don't you have a degree in marketing?
I do. Yes. So with that, I'm pretty proud that I've been able to get this far with this stuff on my own. But yes, I do, and I should figure that out. So that'll be the next goal.
All right. We all have to have goals, right?
It's the next goal. All right. So with that, thank you for listening and watching, and we will be back soon. I'm Jeff Beach.
I'm Joey Graves.
And this is Tales from the Cassette. We'll see you soon.